In this video, we're talking about this little chap. It's Cozmo from Anki. So I don't mind starting off by saying this video is somewhat frustrating because this must be the 5th version of this video that I've done now, and either it's been too long the first time, or the memory card has become corrupted, or something else has happened. So here we go again. It's like Groundhog Day, but hopefully it's worth it. So this video is about this little thing here. It's called the Cozmo. It's from a company called Anki, and this is the Collector's Edition. This Collector's Edition came out this year, but the Cozmo itself came out about 12 to 18 months ago. And basically what it is pocket-sized artificial intelligence. This little thing is kind of self-aware. It's got facial recognition. It's got motion sensors at the front. It's got sensors underneath to stop it driving off the table or whatever. It's able to recognize people and kind of interact with them. So if it sees you, it will say its name. It has these 3 little blocks. These are battery powered. They light up, and Cozmo can interact and play with them. And as we kind of go through this, you'll see various videos overlaid on the top of it doing things. So unfortunately, as I mentioned, we've already done an unboxing, so I didn't see the point in putting it back in the box and trying to unbox it all over again. But basically, what you get when you buy this is you get 3 of these cubes. You can't buy any more, or well, you can buy more, but it only recognises 3 right now. Perhaps firmware updates may change that. You get this Collector's Edition, which is liquid metal of the Cozmo, or you can buy the original white version. Price is the same. It comes with this dock, which has a USB plug on the end, so it's very easy for you to plug it in and charge that. And then inside the box you get some manuals, a Cozmo sticker, and some little quick start reference material. So pretty much straightforward. If you want to use one of these, you need to have a smart phone or tablet, so Android or iOS. No Windows, thank you kindly, I don't believe. And this kind of gets us into kind of what it does and what's good and what's bad about it. So it's smart, it can wander around, it will do its own thing, only if the application is on your device, which means you're draining the battery on your phone or your tablet, which is a little bit frustrating, but not the end of the world. And you may be wondering, why would you want to purchase one of these things? Because they're not cheap, they're around £200. I thought long and hard before I decided to get one of these. It didn't cost me £200 because I had vouchers that I used to get it. So again, those vouchers could have been used to purchase something else, but I decided to give it a go. And the reason for this is, like most of you geeks out there, you probably have some desire or fascination in terms of robots or artificial intelligence. I remember when I was a kid, one year getting, I think it was a Tommy Dingbot, this small little dude with little reptile type hands, and he would just, you know, roll around and bash into stuff and then go the other way. And I think he'd move his head, I can't quite remember. And I remember thinking, wow, it'd be really awesome if I had this robot that could carry things and move things around and interact with it. And this is really kind of what Cozmo is. So he wanders around, you have to kind of take care of him. I guess it's like a Tamagotchi on steroids. You have to feed it, you have to maintain it, you have to play with it, and it will ask you when it wants to play. It will tell you when it's hungry, and in the application it's got information that tells you basically that it needs feeding, it wants to play, and all these sort of things. And the more you do that, the more sparks you generate, and it utilizes sparks to play games and interact and move around. One of the quite cool things is to put it into discovery mode, so you're basically controlling it, and you tilt your phone, push up and down to move it around, so you can kind of control it. It's got this little weird night vision mode. It's not really night vision, but kind of looks like it, which is kind of cool. But it is kind of interesting how it's kind of enjoyable to interact with it as a form of artificial intelligence, playing the basic games, whether that be matching colours or when it's trying to punch in your finger or steal a block. And one of the things that I think is more interesting down the line is it has an SDK, so that means that you can do your own programming for Cozmo and make it do things and increase its capability. Off the top of my head, I think it's Python that is used for interactive. I haven't got that far to look at it yet, but pretty much every day, or at least every other day, I've had some form of interaction with it to try and continue its learning. And the more you interact with it, the more it learns and is able to do things. The kids love it, of course. It's more focused for the kids, but kids' enjoyment, adult pricing, as with all these things. But no, I think it'd be interesting in future videos. I'll keep you guys updated on how I'm getting on with it. The biggest question is going to be, is it worth the money? And right now, I don't know. It's not a yes or a no. So £200 is a lot of money for this little thing, but at the same time I can appreciate the technology and the parts and the sensors that have gone into it, which means it is a premium price. But I wonder as to, how long is the fascination or the desire to interact with it going to be? Is it going to be a couple of weeks, a couple of months? I don't feel like it's going to be years, but I guess the good news is if you look on eBay, etc., they seem to sell and kind of, you can almost get your money back. Even this one, actually, collector's edition, I've seen for like £150 more than retail price, which doesn't make any sense, but people do crazy things on auction sites. So that's it. It's the Cozmo from Anki. The last thing I guess I'll finish up on before we close is it doesn't dock on its own. So there is a little picture of the battery, so I assume at some point there will be a firmware update which will allow it to dock and come out again on its own. Basically, like I said, it's been a year and a half, it still doesn't do it yet, so who knows why. So that'd be good when it can do that. And it really would be good if there was a way that perhaps if you're happy to leave it wandering around doing its own thing on the desktop, which is kind of cool, you could have it so the application runs in the background if it really does need that application. Because right now, as soon as you minimize it to do anything else, the thing just goes to sleep and becomes a dead piece of plastic. But yeah, that's it. It's Cozmo. He's a cool, fun little guy, and we'll see in future videos if this is something that continues to fascinate for a while, or is it going to go on an auction site to get my money back. If you've got a Cozmo, please leave comments down below what you like about it, what you didn't like, what you do with it. Have you done any programming through the SDK? Tell me more about your experiences, and perhaps together we can find out how to get the most out of this little guy. Thanks for watching this video. A thumbs up would be really appreciated. If you're interested in other geek type videos, please consider subscribing to Spectrum Geeks. Why not also follow us on Facebook, Instagram and Twitter. And before you leave, why don't you check out one of these other videos that may be of interest. Thanks again for watching.